G'day guys, how you going today? Coming at you live again, Liam and Ed here for another installment of Ed's Tantrums. Now Ed is a very measured sort of man to be throwing sort of a tantrum, but it's a weekly installment that we've really enjoying and looking forward to today's session. So how's your week been this week, Ed?
Pretty good, just been enjoying the tennis, a couple of fair few upsets there, but it's always good that the youngsters are progressing and you've got to take over one day once the top guns retire, I guess.
That's right, bit of a changing of the guard potentially, but still got a few of those superstars hanging around.
Definitely.
Have you managed to get down at all? For ground pass or any arena seats?
Not yet, to be honest, I've been a bit busy, but yeah.
Ironically, this is my first summer living in Melbourne, and it's the first in about 5 years that I haven't actually gone. So that's often the way, the logical thing that I won't actually get down to when it's actually within walking distance for me. But oh well, next year. So we've got 3 key points we're going to be talking about today. In particular, the theme is investing in your health. So take us off with the first point that you wanted to address today. So looking particularly with people, not really wanting to invest things, whether that be time or financial or anything that's involving investment for their health.
Exactly. It's just sick of hearing people saying, I don't have time to do this, time to do that, but it's your health. You can't put money, time, and everything else in front of that. It's your health. You gotta take care of yourselves. Avoid any kind of complications in the future as well. Just hear so many times people just don't want to invest in their health.
Exactly. And there's a great meme that we've seen where it says, if you think healthcare is expensive, try living with a disease. So many of these things are about preventative from a health perspective, but also being able to do the things you enjoy doing from a day-to-day and a week-to-week and season-to-season basis.
Exactly. Grab a piece of paper, sit down, do the maths. It's actually cheaper for you to join a gym or start exercising now than actually wait until you get injured and then start paying for treatment.
Exactly. So that sort of segues into that second point is, so whilst there may not necessarily be the investment up front of trying to be preventative, if we do then sustain that injury, a lot of the times we do sort of see that wait and see approach, whether it be a case again investing in the time to get it checked out, investing in the time to do the work to sort of make the changes. But sadly, when it comes to that wait and see approach, we can often see people end up digging themselves a bit of a hole. So your thoughts on that, Ed?
Exactly right. People get injured. They keep saying, I don't have time to do this, work's in the way, work's busy. Well, if you're injured and it gets to that point where you can't work anymore, what are you going to do, right?
Exactly.
So you got to get it fixed. You got to get on top of it so you can get back to work. You can get things to kind of sustain the life and buy everything you need, basically food and whatnot. So the thing is, you need to invest in your health. Let's say you haven't done it and you got injured. You're going to have to pay for treatment, get the treatment, get pain-free so you can get back to the things you like.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely. Exactly. And so the final point as well is, so that you've made that decision to get it checked out, but what I guess you're wanting out of it. So are you wanting just to get rid of those symptoms, wanting to be pain-free, or are you wanting to try and get to the bottom of it, get to the true cause, and really make some substantial changes to how your body can function, how you can tolerate the rigors of your day-to-day and week-to-week life. So again, adding to that, Ed?
Yeah, you didn't invest in your health to kind of prevent any injuries or at least reduce the risk of getting injured. Now that you have gotten injured, you just want to kind of take it just to get back to things. But the truth is that you're probably going to get injured in the first place because you haven't addressed the real cause of why you got injured in the first place. You're just going to go around in that merry-go-round where you're just going to kind of feel better, go back to what you enjoy, get injured again, and you're just going to keep going on and off that merry-go-round. And at the end of the day, you're going to be investing more time, money, and everything else in kind of your health.
That's right. So it's a real band-aid approach. But as you say, you think you're sort of taking the shortcut of being minimalistic, but then in the long run you probably end up having to invest more time and money rather than straight off the bat getting straight into it, getting to the bottom of it straight away, which is obviously what we really love doing here at the Injury Rehab Centre.
That's right.
We've got some of the the most unique sort of technology only seen here in the world, as far as being able to.
We created it, so we know.
That's right. We got the patented mat invented by the guys here, being used by over 5,000 people all around the world. So the technology.
Rafael Nadal Academy.
Exactly. So Rafa's, he hasn't won an Australian Open for a little while, so hopefully he can get back up there. He's got plenty of French Open titles, but it'd be good to see him actually win one out here again. So as we were saying, here at the Injury Rehab Centre, we love, getting to the bottom of it and, sort of getting you started on that journey of making real substantial changes, meaningful changes, rather than just simply keeping you on that merry-go-round, putting a Band-Aid on it and,
And instead of doing just random exercises, which isn't a bad thing, we'll go into like a thorough assessment, know exactly what you need to work on, close the gap between those discrepancies, and make sure we kind of reduce any risk of injuries or future injuries in the past that can be kind of avoided and reduced in the first place. So if you're wanting to get off that merry-go-round or wanting to take a healthier approach to 2019, make sure you book yourself in at the Injury Rehab Centre at www.injuryrehabcentre.com.au to start your treatment and getting you moving better, feeling better for 2019.
That's right. Enjoy the lovely day, guys, before things really start getting hot on Friday. Look forward to being in touch with you again soon.
Right.
See you guys.
See ya.